What's going on, guys? JakersGames here today, and today I got a different kind of video. I'm actually going to be pitching I'm gonna be pitching a show idea, okay? A spin-off, or yeah, I definitely kind of see this more as like a spin-off kind of show that would either take place a year or so. I'm gonna be talking about a Rick and Morty spin-off / concept inspired by my brother and his cat. Okay, so listen. In a whole different dimension, a little before the events of Rick and Morty, a young stoner adult named Louie, who lives all alone with his talking baby cat Smokey, the kitty who talked to Jerry and wanted plane tickets to Florida in the Rick and Morty universe, also wanted to reference that the cat asked about sex positions, so the cat shouldn't be that old in Rick and Morty. Louie and Smokey seem to have a love and hate relationship. Tho Smokey Can Talk, it seems Louie is the only one who can understand him, this being from the fact that Louie smokes weed. Smokey could definitely be two things: cute, but very deadly, and his owner, Louie, is just a 20-year-old laid-back, awkward stoner who does nothing but work at a Chinese food place, smoke, and does everything to try and live a normal, peaceful life. That is until he loses his job due to his cat violently tearing apart his boss, and then as that happens, he remembers a very important flashback a year or so ago, at a time where Louie and Rick actually cross paths. In a pet shop lays a young Morty and Rick as they're adopting Snuggles. Louie was walking around trying to find a furry friend of his own. Right across from Rick laid Smokey, a tiny blue-eyed baby kitty cat staring into the glass. Louie looked at a toy poodle, and then eventually he found Smokey and he laid his eyes on him. Smokey was the price of $4.20 and Louie was only short $20. As Louie was disappointed because he couldn't bring Smokey home for himself, Rick burps, and after taking a swig off of a bottle, he told the cashier to go fuck themselves and said to Louie, "It's okay, kid, you can't be rich to be a bitch," and then paid for Smokey and then said to Louie, "Here you go, kid," and put Smokey into his arms. So now fast forward back to present day. Louie and Smokey are packed and ready to leave their home with nothing left to decide, to flee with nothing but luck, time, and maybe weed on their sides. It may not be into infinite galaxies, but it'll be a far, long, hard, fucked up road in the misadventures of Louie and Smokey. Imagine a Rick and Morty style show where they may not go into infinite galaxies, but go through the experience of going through the only galaxy that's their reality. In this show, especially for these characters, trust me, you learn it could be a very cold planet. And now, I could just picture the pilot starting off like this. Well, I don't have the whole episode planned out, but I have an instance of how it could start. So you see Louie in a peaceful sleep, okay? Tossing and turning, it's late in the afternoon. His door was left open, and then you just see Smokey slowly make his way into the room. He jumps onto the bed, snuggles into a ball. He goes to the end of the bed a couple of seconds later, then jumps forward at Louie's face and leaps his claws so deep into his fucking face it gives him a scar on the side of his face throughout the entire show. Louie eventually throws Smokey off and asks him, "Why the fuck did you do that?" And Smokey said, "Why not?" So you'd see it start off kind of toxic, but Smokey would be toxic and Louie would be dumb but factual. I honestly would love to see a cartoon about a man and his crazy cute killer baby cat. In this series, I would love to see the barriers of marijuana pushed. Not only would Louie and Smokey be the ultimate weed duo, I think it would just work. It would work for a Rick and Morty spinoff set a year or two before the events of Rick and Morty. I was thinking of having Louie be obsessed with Rick, not like be obsessed with him, but like kind of like look up to him and kind of know of him, but he never really, but I don't know. I just kind of thought it would make a lot more sense if Rick is the reason why Louie has Smokey, and Rick is the reason why that Louie isn't alone. Because, in a sense, I'm trying to make it like, okay, so in Rick and Morty, they go through infinite galaxies and shit, and they go to different dimensions. In this show, I would kind of want it to play off where, yeah, the main course of the show would be set in Earth, but I feel like the Rick and Morty creators could like help take it to Earth and then bring in the mix of the rest of the dimensions and galaxies. I feel like the Rick and Morty creators could probably like help put that dimensional aspect into it. It's just like the fact that how I'm playing this off is Louie worked at a Chinese food place, and one day he was working, he got Smokey so fucking high off of a bad batch. Alright, so Louie got a good high, but Smokey got a contact high that was very, very bad, and it kind of put like a killer instinct in him. So Louie left for work, and as Louie left, Smokey followed him there, and Louie was just, you know, doing his thing, fucking sweeping, cleaning up tables and shit, and then his boss fucking calls him, and then he just starts fucking reaming him down, like, you know, why didn't he do this, why didn't he do that, blah blah blah. And out of nowhere, Smokey does what he did to Louie, but he bites into the dude's eyes. He takes his fucking eyes out, and he tears apart his whole fucking skull. He rips them apart, up to the point where Louie is freaking the fuck out, asking Smokey why, and Smokey's just fucking full out in demon mode. Like, okay, the reason why I really want to see this is because Smokey can be very, very, very cute, but then be very, very, very fucking deadly and scary. Like, why would you not want to, like, please, someone, like, give me feedback. Please give me feedback. I'm not just shooting this shit out there. I'm shooting this shit out there because it's an idea, and it's an idea that I could picture and I like, and it's just the fact of, if this could actually happen, and Rick could actually cross paths with Louie and Smokey, oh my god. Set a year or two before the events of Rick and Morty, okay? This cat is the talking cat. Now keep this in mind. Smokey is the talking cat in the Rick and Morty universe. We're just keeping this clear, okay? Alright, so after Smokey tore apart his fucking boss, the scene basically looked like Louie committed the crime. Which, I mean, in a sense, Louie didn't really see it that way. He didn't really give a fuck about that at all. He just kind of cared about getting out of there. And whether or not of what the fuck Smokey just did right then and there, he still cared about him. Like, you know, in a sense, you gotta think about it like this. Smokey is Louie's baby. Louie's got a killer baby on his hands, okay? But it's a killer baby that basically becomes his fucking best friend, you know, throughout the series. The cat would be Rick. So as the cat grows old, like, gets older and shit, and goes through, like, the world and life with Louie, like, he learns, and it's just, he basically becomes, okay, so Smokey could be cute but deadly, and then he becomes fucking intelligent. Not like Rick Sanchez fucking smart, okay? Like, basically how you saw him, like the talking cat. Basically, you have a laid-back dude that just became an adult with a baby, very cute killer cat on the run, trying to make it through the galaxy of Earth. But what I mean by that is they survive. They go through hell. Basically, after Smokey kills Louie's boss, Louie obviously lost his fucking job and basically lost everything. So once Smokey killed his fucking boss, Louie said fuck everything. Left his home, took Smokey and his weed and everything that he basically had, or what he could pack, and basically just walked. And fucking walked away with Smokey. Like Rick and Morty just starts off, Morty's sleeping, Rick comes in, stumbles in drunk. Like, I just think this should start off with Louie sleeping. Smokey fucking slowly creeps into the fucking room, makes his way onto the bed, gets all cuddly and snuggly for a second, makes his way onto the end of the bed, then fucking leaps onto his fucking face, scratches him so hard up to the point he has a scar throughout the whole fucking show. That's kind of like, I feel like that could be memorable for him, you know? And it's like, I kind of just want to see the dynamic of a man and a cat. I would just love this shit to be trippy as fuck, funny, dark. Like, I just think it would work. It would definitely work for a Rick and Morty, like, spin-off, maybe set a year or two before the events of Rick and Morty. Dark, cartoon about an awkward stoner dude named Louie and his baby cute killer cat Smokey. I feel like the barriers of weed can be pushed, and the barriers of Rick and Mortiness can be pushed. They're gonna be on the run. Louie and Smokey are gonna be on the run on Earth, but you know how I said, like, I would probably need help from, like, Rick and Morty people to bring the dimension into the aspect of everything. I want Louie and Smokey to reach that point where they've been on Earth, they know how fucked up Earth is, and they know, like, the craziness of it, and then they get to the level where they're able to get the fuck off of that shit and go to different galaxies and basically have Rick and Morty kind of adventures themselves. But I feel like there has to be, like, character growth for that to happen. Like, they're gonna have to go through some fucked up shit on Earth for them to want to get off the planet and, you know, maybe start a new life, or, like, you know, forget everything that happened. Like, yo, that's fucking good. Like, Louie has Smokey only because of Rick. Okay? I just want to test the boundaries. Like, there has been episodes where they haven't gone to different planets and shit on Rick and Morty, I know that. A trippy, dark, Adult Swim comedy cartoon. A dark, twisted, trippy, Rick and Morty Adult Swim cartoon. Imagine this. It was a spinoff, but it's set a year or two before the events of Rick and Morty, right? And let's say there's 1 to 3 or 4 seasons of Louie and Smokey being on Earth. And then around the 5-season mark, you introduce, like, okay, so you start the show off with the flashback of Rick, right? And then around the end of, like, maybe a season or something, you introduce Rick, like, into Louie and Smokey's life. Like, imagine fucking Louie and Smokey are just somewhere in fucking, like, Mexico or something, and then out of nowhere, Rick and Morty's ship fucking crashes into a fucking cactus or something, and then boom, they cross paths, and then, oh my god, you're the fucking person that gave me this cat. Like, did you know that this cat could fucking talk to me? And then, like, Rick and Morty would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because Louie is the only one that could fucking understand him because of the weed connection. Please, 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 with a cherry on top, give your boy some fucking feedback. I also gotta apologize because I've been lacking. I have been lacking. It is January 3rd, man. It's been 2 weeks since I've uploaded. My god, I am so sorry. Oh my god. If you are subscribed to this channel, thank you. Thank you for being a subscriber and for fucking sticking with me. And I'm just so sorry that I'm not the best version of me that I should be. And every time I play a game, I truly have the best time when I'm playing it, you know? And I'm not gonna give up on that. This year, I got 2 resolutions this year. To have a better video uploading schedule and to make more money. I definitely have faith that this year will be better. I'm never gonna stop being myself. I'm always gonna be Jake till the end of my days, and I got nothing wrong with that. But I'm kind of just having a hard time selecting what to upload, but I know this is gonna be the next thing you guys see, because I actually have a lot of faith and thought into this, I guess. So I thought, why not put it out here, you know? Out there for people to see, for people to judge, for people to say it's a stupid fucking idea, or maybe it's a cool idea. Like, I don't know. Like, you see all these fucking cartoons and shows, like, why can't it happen? I know it may sound far-fetched and shit, but I've always wanted to fucking make movies or fucking be in a cartoon or, you know, whatever. shit like that. I've always fantasized or imagined, you know. But when you have an idea for something along the lines of a game, movie, book, you kind of want to put your idea out there. Because if you don't, you're going to be telling yourself, why didn't I do that? I had this chance, I had this idea, why did I not pursue this idea? I'm the kind of person where I'm going to push all my fucking limits and all my thoughts and in my mind to find every creative outlet I could. But I just want to say that I hope everybody had a safe and happy holiday, and that everybody can stay safe and be a better version of themselves this year. No matter what, we're only gonna grow, man. And there's either two sides with this. It could either be a bad thing to grow, where you hate it and it hurts, or you look at it as a good thing, because you're not looking at yesterday anymore. You're looking for your future, and the thing is, with every day that goes by, it's another day closer to the future. It's not another day closest to the fucking past. Every day is a gift. That's why it's called the fucking present. May not seem like a present, because there's hard days and there's hardships that we gotta go through in life. But the things that put a smile on my face, or the things that make me feel whole, or the people, or the things, or just anything that could put a smile on my fucking face, is what matters to me. It's like, I told myself I would only live for my good days, the days that truly make me happy. But I realized that you have to live for every day. You have to live for the bad days, to go through all the hell in order to have the good at the end. In order to be happy, you have to sacrifice. You have to be strong. You have to face. You gotta fight. Because it's only gonna do one thing. It's only gonna shape who you are. Be yourself. Don't fall into a crowd. Don't fall into fakeness. Do not fall into fakeness. The number one thing I hate in this world the most is fakeness. And throughout my whole life, it's the one thing I can't seem to get away from. I've lost 99% of my friends to it. I've lost all my relationships to it. I have definitely learned a lot from it. And going through it made me a better person. But I definitely regret a lot, man. There's a lot of shit that can hurt me. But I'm moving forward. I just want to say, I don't see an expiration date on this YouTube channel. My uploading schedule may be all over the place right now. I promise, I'm gonna do my best to get back on my feet, okay? And I'm gonna fight for you guys. I'm gonna fight for myself. I'm gonna fight for my family. I'm gonna be a video game YouTuber until there is no until. I'm not putting an end date on it, because I've been playing video games. I've been playing a PlayStation fucking 2 since I was a kid. My childhood was a PS2, and now I'm at a fucking PS4. And yeah, I know a PS5 is out, and this is the year for it, but I'm not thinking about it. I still got a lot of unfinished business with PS4. I'm gonna do my hardest and fight to keep being who I am. I gotta honestly say this too before I don't. There's always that, yeah, what if I make it, man? There's a fear with me making it on YouTube that I feel like I don't have a filter. Me as a person, I don't have a filter, okay? I don't. I'm not gonna hide who I am. I'm not gonna hide what I want to say. I'm gonna say whatever I want to say, and my vocabulary is very much with fuck and different not nice words. And I know, like, there's YouTubers that make it from sponsors, but it's like, how am I gonna reach that point where I know what's a real sponsor or not, you know? I'm kind of scared for certain things, but I'm not doing this to get a paycheck. I'm making money outside of YouTube, okay? I work a fucking fast food job. I'm not complaining. But I'm not looking at YouTube for money. I'm looking at YouTube to have fun. You could look at YouTube for two things, to have fun and to make money. You could do both. You know, eventually, if I reach that point where I blow up and I actually get monetization, I'm going to be doing both. But I'm never going to forget why I started it all. I think that's why YouTubers actually do make it, because they never forget where they came from. You know, I think of PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye, like, they don't play video games as much anymore. Like, I can't really watch them the same, but they try to stick to their roots. And, you know, if I do make it, or when I do, not saying I have that much faith in myself, but if I do make it, or when I do, I'm never gonna forget why or how I got there, or how I even got here. I've been doing YouTube for fucking 3 years, and I gotta admit, I love it. I love it so much. I love the fact that Sony literally gave you everything. Like, they went from putting the... Okay, so you know how you press start on the controller? There's a start button. It always used to be a select. But you know how they changed the fucking game? You know how they made me a YouTuber? You know how they fucking made me into a YouTuber, guys? They added a share button, and they added Share Factory. I mastered how to edit Share Factory, and I mastered how to edit on iMovie on my phone. And what's crazy is, when the PS4 came out, the max video length was 15 fucking minutes, and now it's at an hour. And I know majority of my videos are like 45 to 50 minutes, and there's a reason for that. The majority of the time it will be long. I am so invested, and I'm not just going to give you one part of a game. I'm going to give you 2 parts of the same game so you understand what's going on, so the story keeps flowing. If you dig the idea of Louie and Smokey, or have anything that you might want to add to it, or you feel or think, please let me know down below. And also, how was your year? What would you say was the worst part about it, and what was the best thing about it? I will say the best thing about me, personally, figuring out what I wanted to do. Figuring out where I wanted to go. And regardless of what happened, I could say that I'm happy. I've been through a lot of shit in my life, but I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for this roof over my head. I'm grateful for this PS4, because if I didn't have this PS4, I would have nothing, literally. I'm thankful for God. I'm thankful for life. I'm also thankful for each sense we have. I know there's some people that don't have certain things. It's really, really tragic. I just want you to know, whoever you are, please, if you want to do something, you go out there and you fucking do it. You do it as best and as hard as you can, man. Give it your 100%, because if you don't, if you give it 25, if you give it 15, you're not gonna feel it. You're not gonna feel it. If you really want something, if you have a dream and you vision it and you could see it in your mind, if you could see it in your eyes, if you could just vision it and see it, why not make that a reality for yourself? Go out there and find your own reality. Live your life the way you want to. Be the person that you want to. I'm sorry that I'm talking a lot and I'm babbling on a lot. I felt that I fucked up, and you guys deserved to know the truth. Deserved to hear me open up a little bit, you know. If you dig the Louie and Smokey idea and want to have a discussion about it, or maybe whatever, drop it all down below, man. My brother hasn't uploaded yet, so I don't know if you're going to be able to find his channel, but subscribe to No Life Louie. If you go to my last video and go to the comments, you will find his channel. Subscribe to my brother No Life Louie. Be a gaming YouTuber as well, and I've taught him some of the things that I've known, and I've seen him edit, and I actually really dig the way that he edits. I just hope that he goes farther with it, you know. I just hope he goes further with this channel, because I would love to see him go in that direction, and I would love to help him. So I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna actually end this video with this. Be grateful for everything you have. Be grateful that you're you. If you hate yourself, stop. There's a reason why you're you. There's a reason why we're living life. You gotta go through everything. The things that you see it for a reason. You go through everything for a reason. What reason? You're not gonna know that reason. You're not gonna know that reason until you die. It's fucked up, but it's true. You're not gonna know it until you die. Until the day you die, why not live the life you wish you lived? Do it. Don't fucking make excuses, or don't get distracted. It's hard to do both. It's hard, but it's easy to do both. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, hit that motherfucking subscribe button. It's been your boy, Mr. JakersGames. I hope you liked my Louie and Smokey idea. Rick and Morty creators, if you see this, or if any Rick and Morty fan sees this, I love you. And if you like it, man, yo, thank you. And let's just discuss, let's talk about this. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Please. Alright, and like, yo, by the end of this year, could I reach like 100 subscribers maybe? Or 150? Can I be, that's another resolution? Hit 100 subscribers by the end of 2021? Maybe? I think I could do it. Maybe I could do it. But yeah, it's been your boy, JakersGames. Thank you guys so much for watching. Welcome to 2021. Let this not be the end of the world, please. Because I want to live my life. At least maybe 40, 30 years, 50. Man, I just want to grow old, man. I want to be a man. I want to grow up to be the person that I'm meant to be. You know?